Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning, Anthony.
Did you have a great week?
So far.
Good.
Always. I always have a great week.
Great. You know, this week in history, it's Naked Photography Day.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh.
Is it? I think you're just playing around.
No, it's Nature Photography Day.
Nature photography. You see this? You see? There's so many things that happened this week in history.
Never mind. I got something better than that.
There's even World Blood Donor Day, which is really amazing.
I still like Nude Photography Day.
But even better than all of this is
the roller coaster. The first roller coaster that opened in 1884.
In America. And it happened to be right in our backyard. Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York. And you know what? Have you ever been on the Cyclone?
I have.
Okay, it is amazing. My mother used to take us all the time to Coney Island because we would have Nathan's hot dogs and we'd go on the roller coaster. Okay, now when this whole roller coaster originally opened though, it went approximately 6 miles per hour and it only cost a nickel to ride. Okay? Now I'm going to just tell you, it's a lot more than that.
Florida at Disney World, Space Mountain is a wooden roller coaster.
Is it really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it was wooden either.
Yeah.
But that's because it's dark in there, and so you can't see anything.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
And
that freaks me out, by the way. Space Mountain freaks me out. I can't even go on it at this point in my life.
Well, it's really cool the way the lights flash and
yeah, but you don't know which way it's going, and so you don't know which way to move, and you come out and you have like a pain in your neck, and you're freaking out because it's dark, and oh yeah, I'm that's not my favorite ride.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
For other people, just not me.
Well, speaking of fun, we got a couple of more fun facts about your penis.
About my penis?
About
my balls?
Yeah, you got a lot of balls. You must be a soccer coach or something.
Yeah.
But this ultra rare condition has since been found in less than 80 men since 1609.
That's rough.
Now, I once went to a gym and I ran into a guy. I couldn't help but look. He had 5 penises. Yes, 5.
I'm not commenting because I'm looking at you right now.
His underwear fit like a glove.
Ah.
In Australia, the Wallaby tribesmen say hello by shaking one another's penis.
Oh,
It's like,
really?
Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That is crazy.
A healthy male averages 11 erections per day, 9 of them while he's sleeping. And you know, it can take him anywhere from 2 minutes to 2 weeks to achieve another erection.
So I don't get it. So if he has 9 a day, 11 a day, 9 while he's sleeping, then how is it another 2 weeks?
Well, if he ejaculates, it can take him anywhere from 2 minutes to 2 weeks to achieve another erection.
Okay.
Well, what a sexy show we have today.
I'm sure it's sexy and informative.
Of course it is. And Elise, did you realize your sex appeal is tied to how well you listen?
Absolutely.
Elise, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, you do. So in other words,
well, when you listen to what is, I always think that listening is very important. That's how you learn.
That's right.
And that's how you know.
God gave you 2 ears and 1 tongue. That means he wants you to listen twice as much as you talk.
You have the same 2 ears and a tongue also.
I can't help myself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it turns out that your desirability may be linked to your ability to listen and be responsive.
See? Exactly what I said. You need to know what it is, and that's how you have to respond.
That's right, but it's not the same for men.
I know that. That's the same as, Mars and Venus.
That's right. Researchers from the Interdisciplinarian Center in Israel, the University of Rochester, and University of Illinois examined over 100 single men and women from Israel University, and and researchers conducted conversation where one participant would share a sad memory from their life and the other would react with either understanding and compassion or unresponsive reactions such as, it doesn't sound so bad to me. The storyteller participant would then rate their partner's sexual attractiveness.
Oh. Now that is very interesting.
Now, this study was published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, and it concluded that women who showed more responsiveness were perceived as more desirable.
Absolutely.
Than women who weren't unresponsive.
And what is the reason?
Do a study for that?
And what is the reason for that? Because the woman is paying attention.
That's right.
As women mostly do. And men love when attention is paid to them. So whoever pays attention gets
the prize.
It. Yeah, if there is really a prize.
Yeah, it was also found that men are more likely to be sexually attracted to the women who listen to them.
Oh, yeah.
And are aware of their feelings.
Absolutely. Show a man that you're paying attention to him and show him feeling and emotion, and he's yours. It's true.
That's right. However...
And feed him, and then you've got him.
Oh,
really.
Yeah. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Well...
He always thought it was a little bit lower, but...
I was wrong.
Yes. Thank God he admitted it. Look at that. Can you believe that, Mike? Anthony said he was wrong.
Once.
He's done it a couple times recently, I feel like.
Oh, you're just his buddy. You're just his bro.
We got to stick together, us men. Mm-hmm. Anyway, women had mixed feelings about men who showed that they were listening.
Mm-hmm. Were they really listening, or were they off in Never Never Land?
Well, women were uncomfortable with men willing to be so interested, understanding, and involved.
Really?
Yes.
That is interesting.
Women perceive this person as inappropriately nice and
manipulative.
Manipulative.
Ah.
Yes. Like...
Somebody called me manipulative the other day.
Well, you are.
I am not.
These women thought these men who were nice were trying to get sexual favors.
Ah, I see.
And one of the leading researchers in the study said, alternatively, they may see a responsive man as vulnerable and less dominant, and therefore less sexually appealing.
How interesting is that, though?
And did you know you can tell a person's age by their smell?
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I can't believe that. There are some people that do have an older smell, an older scent.
Well, wait till I tell you about that older scent. You're going to find it really interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
But, we smell milk, we smell cheese and other perishables.
Yeah.
So why not do it with our friends, our neighbors, and our colleagues? There was a new study.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we come in contact with a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And we come in contact with a lot of different smells.
Oh, my God.
Some are better than
sure
others.
do. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's this new study that suggests that human beings can determine a person's approximate age by their scent alone.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You remember that movie, Scent of a Woman?
Oh, it's not just a movie, I guess.
No. It's a biological fact.
Okay.
And it provides vital information. if the lady smells like she's over 30, she will have a floral bouquet with a dark chocolate note, and she probably is over 30. Now, don't ask why, but for some reason, the researchers at the Monell Chemical Sense Center in Philadelphia took an experiment to see if people could sort people into age groups based on their scent.
Really? This is a very, very interesting.
Oh, yeah. They collected odor samples from people's armpits, and they asked participants to take a whiff and then throw out a guess as to the vintage of the aroma.
Vintage of the aroma?
The vintage of the aroma.
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious.
So, and it came from different parts of the bodies.
Okay.
Now, the sweaty armpit smell came from 3 separate age groups. People between the ages of 20 and 30, between 45 and 55, and between 75 and 95.
Oh, my gosh. So that must have been really interesting.
Yeah, it was. According to the results, human beings can not only sort people into age groups based on scent.
Oh my gosh.
They also show a marked preference for the scent of an older, more seasoned people than over the raw odor of youth.
Interesting.
They like the older smell better than the younger smell.
Wow.
Now, this really surprised the researchers, and because the participants considered the younger smells to be more unpleasant than the smells associated with the older group.
I could understand that. I have a 21-year-old son. Yeah, I could totally understand that.
And I've gone into grammar schools and have done like career days. Those kids stink. They do. But this study contradict the jokes about the funky old man smell.
That is really funny.
And this is silly. This is true. I have one of those little machines, an ionizer, and I run it through the house. You know, being Italian, we cook with a lot of garlic and stuff.
Yeah.
So the house will have certain aromas.
Oh, your house always smells nice.
Right. And I find it appealing, but when others come, they may not find the garlic and the...
Oh, when I come over, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I run this ionizer to get rid of the
garlic?
The garlic.
Or the funky old man smell.
Ha, ha, ha. You are so funny.
I thought that was funny.
Well, according to the study, it implies that when an unpopular context is taken away, we like the smell of age.
Okay. I could understand that, though. I mean, it is very different, and it could be very raw in a younger person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And some of the other interesting findings that came out of the armpit smellathon is younger men smell worse than younger women.
Oh, I definitely know that. I have 2 kids.
And everyone over the age of 75 basically smells the same.
Oh. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah. The researchers speculate that the chemicals change as the body ages.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything changes as you age.
Every 7 years.
Every 7 years, exactly. Yeah.
And some believe that this is just one more way that human beings sort out one another into categories based on age, health, and reproductive status.
Isn't that amazing? What a wonderful thing.
Yeah. So, speaking of smells and fragrances of people, you shouldn't underestimate the power of your favorite underpants.
Oh, I have a pair of favorite panties. I have a few pair of actually favorite panties.
Really?
Yeah, they're lucky panties.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good things happen when I wear them.
I'm reading this
It's true.
article. And she says exactly the same thing.
There's a reason for that. And you know what? They don't have to be the prettiest. It's not that. It's the certain feeling that you have when you're wearing them. For some reason, I don't know why, it kind of radiates through, and good things happen that day. all the time.
That's right. I'm reading an article about this girl who has also a pair of Lucky underwear, and she says there's nothing special about them. They're, your average granny panties, but they're pretty special to her because
Exactly.
when she's worn them, she's done a good interview. She met a new friend. She fell in love with the man of her dreams.
Things happen like that.
That's
yeah.
right. And she was wondering if there was any merit that her underwear is really lucky, and that when she does wear them, she feels more attractive, more wise, and more interesting.
I told you, it's a matter of how you feel, and that's the thing. They're not the best. They're not the most, the prettiest. It's not like that. It's something happens when I'm wearing them that makes me feel a certain way, and then because I feel that way, I guess that's what I'm portraying, and good things happen.
That's wonderful. Now, do any of your underwear, these favorite underwear, I'm sure they've been around a while.
I've had them for a while, probably, yeah.
Do they have any holes in them?
Not my favorite ones, no.
Okay. Because every one of my underwear has at least one hole in them.
Oh, good for you.
Think about it.
I think there's a reason there.
Anyway, to prove you are on the right track, Elise, and you are always on the right track, a British Psychological Society's website called Research Digest, it drew attention to this study by researchers in the U.S., and they concluded that what we wear, example, the symbolic value we attach to clothing can alter our thinking and our behavior.
Absolutely. I can't say I agree more with that. I do that all the time. If I have a favorite pair of jeans, or if I know I'm going somewhere, I know I'm pulling out my favorite boots, my favorite pair of jeans, this fantastic bra that I love, and a great top. And I know that I'm going to have a great night because I know I'm wearing an outfit that makes me feel good, that I feel a certain way in. And that's what it's about.
The same thing works for guys too. Because
I'm sure.
I know when we're doing something special, we're doing seminars, or if we're speaking in public, I also have a certain blazer that I wear,
I know.
a certain belt,
I know.
a certain pair of boots that I
Exactly.
wear because
You feel a certain way when you're wearing them.
Absolutely.
And it's special, and it gives you that immediate confidence that, is amazing. Like, I remember we went to an event in New York, and I was wearing this dress that I just felt like $1 million in.
You look like $1 million
well,
bucks in
thank
it,
you.
too. I know the dress.
But that particular night, it was freezing, and the dress is blowing, but it didn't matter, and it was raining, and there was craziness going on because there was a concert, if you remember, and we couldn't get around.
Yeah.
And it was just an amazing night. It didn't matter what was happening around me. I was wearing this great dress. And that's what the same thing with those panties.
That concert out there was was it the B-52s or U2?
It was U2.
U2. It was U2.
Yeah, U2 was there on the corner of 42nd.
That's right. And we were kind of just like walking, and
there
along comes
was Bono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, good dude. How you doing?
Yeah.
It didn't quite have that accent, but
yeah.
But getting back to the article, the researchers at the Northwestern University in Illinois wanted to see how the symbolic meaning of clothing affects thinking. Now, this is a phenomenon that they refer to as enclothed cognition.
Enclothed cognition. Interesting.
They gave it a name.
Wow.
And that's why some people have to have that Gucci bag. They have to have the Coach. They have to have the...
No, that's why there are some people that are name droppers. They really feel like the name means something. But you see, to them, it does. I actually have a client that is a Louis Vuitton freak. And her shoes are all Louis Vuitton, and her bags are all Louis Vuitton. And that makes her feel special. And I'm going to tell you, it's an interesting thing. She's a beautiful person. Don't misunderstand this. But the thing is that if she would honestly stop with all the designer stuff and actually wear something that fit her body a certain way, it would look so much better. But she doesn't even realize that. It's all about the fact that it's Louis Vuitton.
I understand that. I have a certain store that I buy in, and it's a very, very good store. It's called the RWB, and they have things there that I just
Absolutely.
can't live without, and they fit my body perfectly, and it works for me. So maybe
you know
I'm
what?
a little bit of a
What works for you and what works for somebody else, always two different things. But the most important thing is that it works for you. And that's what you portray.
That's right.
And so that's where the energy is, the good energy. And that's why good things happen.
Well, the good energy is when I'm buying at the RWB, I can't help. I get into a frenzy and
Yeah,
I
I
buy
get like
more
that.
and more and
I get
more.
like that there too.
Because I just, you find one thing that looks good on you and makes you feel good. I find 6 other things that do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So getting back to the story, these researchers who coined the term enclothed cognition put 2 groups of students in distinct outfits. One group wore white lab coats and that were strongly associated with doctors and scientists, while the other wore outfits of their own choosing. Both groups were then asked to undergo tests that measured their attentiveness and their perception.
See, now that's amazing because when you're wearing a uniform and, especially in your field, you tend to be focused on that. And then so that's why so many schools would put, kids in. There are so many schools that you wear a uniform
I love that
they
idea.
say those kids do better. They're not focused on what they're wearing or anything like that. They're just focused on what they're doing. So I'll bet you those people that were wearing the white lab coats actually performed better on their testing just because they were geared toward that.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you realize this or not, but we do something very similar at the salon.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone is wearing a black apron.
Absolutely. That keeps the focus going. And then also everybody has,
The
something,
uniform, so to speak.
the same, like almost like a value system. We're all wearing the same thing. There's no issue. There's no problem. We all look neat. We all have a nice look. Our hair is done, our makeup is done, and we all have our, our apron on that says, that we are a team.
That's right. And do you know who told me to do that? Was Tabitha.
Oh, I thought that was me who told you. I used to do that in my salon.
Well, you probably told me too, but I don't know if you recall.
He doesn't give me credit for those things.
You get credit for everything that
okay.
has to do with me. But many people don't know that I had a meeting with Tabitha. I wanted to be on her show.
Yes, I know,
Called The
but we
Makeover.
weren't messed up enough.
We weren't, well, according to
I had
her,
a different, she said a different word,
yes,
I remember.
she said, Anthony, I adore you, darling, but you're not up enough.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what she said.
I know, I used the word messed up.
Well,
I
that
didn't
wasn't
want
what she said.
Ay, 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 ay.
She said the word. No, never mind. Getting back to our story. The people wearing the white lab coats were the most successful in the tests. The researchers speculate that the symbolic value of the lab coat and its association with reason and intelligence brings out the same qualities in the wearers.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Clothing is very important. What you wear can have a profound and systematic psychological and behavioral consequences. You see, what you wear changes who you are sometimes. Sometimes you wear something sexy and you feel sexier, so you might do something a little too sexy. You might go over the edge a little depending on what you're wearing. But for the most part, I know that, that old saying about clothing?
Making the man?
Well, it doesn't make the man or the woman, but they do hold strange power over what, who's wearing it.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was some articles written about us that said we have a superpower over people that we make women feel beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the clothing that we wear has a superpower over us.
Absolutely.
In what we wear gives us confidence, makes us look the part, therefore we act the part, therefore people believe in what we're doing.
Exactly.
And they believe in us and they believe in our talent.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said that better myself.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
This program may contain adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, welcome back. You're listening to Trend Radio.
Oh, yes. You want to get down?
Pardon me?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the vernacular you.
I see.
So here it is. You have to talk low to get down. Did you know that?
You mean the lower my voice?
Ooh. You know, you're starting to sound a little bit like one of my favorite guests. Is he coming today? Dr. Love.
Dr. Love, yes. Dr. Love has the medicine.
He has the medicine, that's correct.
You feel better.
Okay, so gentlemen, if you drop your voice, you know, she may drop her inhibitions.
You mean drop your voice like this? Mm-hmm. Hello, ladies.
See, here's the thing.
Welcome.
Women... All right. You don't have to drop your voice for me, okay? You got it? Okay.
Okay.
So, okay. Women perceive men with deep voices as more attractive. Did you know that? But
really?
also, I have something else. They're more likely to be unfaithful in the long term.
The men or the women?
The men, and that was in a study in personality and individual differences. That's what they found.
Oh, I got you checking out studies now, too.
Yeah, you see that? We are the study people. And
I should have studied this much in college.
So listen, a deep voice, very good for a fling, but not so good for marital bliss.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it could be a problem. Yeah, maybe you should raise your voice a little bit.
So I've been thinking and trying to come up with some healthy activities to do before bed.
There is the problem. You were thinking. Oh. You were thinking.
I'm a great thinker.
It's rough.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
In fact, when I was a young man and I had a presence before the Pope. I had an audience with the Pope. And this was really, really traumatic for me.
All this from thinking.
From thinking.
Okay.
And the Pope asked me a question.
Really?
Yes. And he said, Anthony, he says, tell me something. I know you're a very deep thinker, but tell me why every time I butter my toast, I drop it. It always fall with the butter side down. So I said, Pope, that's terrible. He said, every time my butter falls down. Why come this? So I thought some more. I said, Pope, the reason why your toast falls with the buttered side down is you're buttering your toast on the wrong side.
Okay. What were you thinking about? Moving on.
I was thinking about some healthy activities to do before bed.
Okay.
Not the stuff that you're thinking.
How do you know what I'm thinking?
Because you have a dirty little mind.
I don't.
You do.
Stop that.
Alrighty. So you know, when it comes to bedtime, you know, most of us like to, and I know you do this, sit on our computers, play with our phones.
Actually, I don't.
Facebook?
Actually, I don't do that before bed.
No? What do you do?
No, I read.
Good for you. That's interesting. I'm going to be talking about that.
Yeah, I read.
See-
and sometimes I'll do a little yoga or something like that. That's what I do before bed.
Very good. Very smart things. Personally...
Wait. Did you just hear that? Very smart things. That's what he said.
That's right.
About me.
Well, I prefer to Netflix and chill myself. But however, these activities really can affect our sleep cycles.
Absolutely.
So it is important to incorporate other activities before bed so they can help you fall asleep more quickly and you feel more rested overall.
Exactly. And you know, it's interesting. I think that reading, first of all, reading and a cup of tea is a fantastic thing before bed.
Yes, it is.
And also it matters what you're reading because you can't be reading something. I mean, I don't recommend reading Agatha Christie before bed.
You'll have nightmares.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
And I've had nightmares.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The cup of tea is very, very nice, but you really got to be careful because if you have anything special coming up, it will stain your teeth.
Depending on the kind of tea that you drink before bed.
That's true.
You know, I mean, the clear teas are delicious and, you know, the sleepy time teas are fantastic and they're decaffeinated.
Yes, they are.
And so I know that it's not the most... I know that most people who drink tea really want to have a very flavorful tea, but before bed, you can have
chamomile.
Chamomile, and it's
I
clear.
love that. Yeah,
a lot of times they're clear, so they're not going to affect your teeth.
That's correct. That is correct. And well, so you do realize that what we do at night really does impact, our health as well as our sleep.
It affects our sleep cycle, absolutely, and our dream cycle. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it really is important to wind down before bed because, life is hectic.
Very hectic.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if I was organizing my closets recently.
I was doing that yesterday.
Oh, how nice for you. I actually did that yesterday too, but I've been doing this whole organizational crazy stuff. And unfortunately, life is busy. So I started doing it at night also. So then I'm pumped, and then I start cleaning the kitchen at night. That's not what I would recommend. Don't do something so active.
I didn't think you liked to clean.
Oh, I love to clean my kitchen now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only the kitchen. The rest of the house dirty. But your kitchen's spotless.
I did the kitchens and the bathrooms.
Oh.
The kitchen and the bathrooms yesterday.
Well, so you started early?
I did. I was doing it in the morning, and then I was doing it at night also.
Oh, it's all day long. So
yeah, well, no, because during the day, I went vegetable shopping, and really, there's so many delicious vegetables. I showed you all those vegetables that I got.
Yeah, they look like a picture.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So, from the moment you wake up, when that alarm clock goes off, your mind and your body, they are at work.
Definitely.
Nonstop.
Yes, but your mind and your body, everything is at work, even when you're sleeping. It's still working.
That's true. It is working, but you're resting.
Yeah, at a slower pace.
But this winding down that you do, it
will help you get into your sleep cycle.
That's right. It'll make it a lot easier to fall asleep and stay asleep.
Of course.
So you're right. You talked about reading, and reading works for me too. It can't hurt to open up your favorite book or your novel before bed.
Oh, absolutely. Reading really does help.
Yeah, there was a study from the University of Sussex that found that reading before bed can help reduce stress by up to 68%.
Oh my gosh. See?
Yeah, that's right.
See, that's why I am such a calm, wonderfully stress-free person.
Could have fooled me. But, according to the study that, reading for just 6 minutes can help improve
Sometimes that's all you can do because you're about to pass out because you're tired.
That's true.
So once you start winding down, you can only get 5-6 minutes in.
Your pre-sleep actions really have a big impact on how quickly you fall asleep and how alert you feel the following day.
It's interesting. The things that I actually do before I go to sleep, I read. I do a little yoga. little stretching, and sometimes even, if you really need to relax and unwind, like a hot bath, that takes, with your tea.
That's
You can
right.
bring your tea in with you, and you can even bring your book if it's not an electronic one.
That's right. That's
know?
right. You said you stretch a little bit. Now,
Yeah.
If you
Yoga.
spent hours behind a desk or a manicuring table, your body really needs to release some tension.
Mm-hmm.
So you should take 5 to 10 minutes just to stretch.
Absolutely. You know that I'm sitting a lot.
Yes.
So that's why I do stretch a lot. And
Yes.
yoga is my friend.
Mm-hmm. And you also said about a hot shower.
No, I
And-
actually said a bath, but
Oh, well, a hot shower or a bath,
Okay.
because they both are relaxing. And now, is it just a regular bath or a bubble bath?
I actually don't do bubble baths.
Oh,
They're actually not very good for women.
Oh.
Whole new show.
Okay. Well, I have one of those jacuzzi tubs. And,
Yeah, no, I do too. And so the jets will go, but
Well,
I
I-
just don't make bubbles.
I put like a little bit of bath gel in there. It makes so doggone many bubbles. It bubbled over the tub, all over the floor.
I actually have an interesting story. I went to this inn years and years ago, and they had this fantastic, beautiful jacuzzi. And
The heart-shaped kind?
this was not heart-shaped, but it was unbelievable. It was huge. Anyway, it was an upstairs. The jacuzzi was upstairs, and then they had this winding staircase that went down into this room. It was incredible. Anyway, I put a little bit of bubbles.
That's all it is. It takes a little bit.
And here's what happened.
Tell me.
I hear this staticky sound, and I look over at the stairs, and there were bubbles coming down the stairs. And the entire room up there was filled. It was hysterical. We had to go up there and walk into the bubbles and turn the
That's almost like a movie.
jacuzzi off. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
It's very cute. And with those, with the baths, and the goal is to lower the level of stimulation, and that's
Absolutely.
what allows you to relax. Like the hot shower before bed, that lowers your temperature, which helps signal your brain that it's time to slow down, and this helps you feel more drowsy before bed.
Yeah. They also say, a cup of warm milk would always do that with a little bit of nutmeg or something.
Or scotch.
Yeah, you
Little
could do that.
scotch in there.
A
That's
little
an
Valium, that kind of thing.
Well, to wind down, we really need to be peaceful.
Absolutely.
And
Meditation helps with peacefulness.
that's right, and one of the most effective ways to feel at peace and to feel gratitude for what we have
Oh my
and
gosh.
where we are in life.
Every single day,
Yeah.
you should practice
Gratitude.
feeling grateful. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every single day, you should thank God for who you are and where you are, because we all know where we've been, and we don't know where we're going, but to be able to wake up and breathe is a beautiful thing.
That's right.
And yeah, every day.
A study from the Journal of Applied Psychology, Health and Well-Being found that writing in a gratitude journal for 15 minutes every night helps people worry less at bedtime, sleep longer and deeper.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, I actually do journal, but and I don't necessarily write every single day, but that's a great idea to make that a practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So,
Thank
you. You do stuff like that, right?
All the time.
Yeah, girls do that. Guys don't do that much stuff.
But you could.
Yeah. We say this every show. Unplug.
Unplug, absolutely.
Unplug. Yeah, almost every show, not every show.
No, we say this all the time, though.
Yeah.
We say this to people. Yeah, definitely unplug. You definitely need to take a break from your social media, take a break from your phone, take a break from your computer. There is absolutely no reason to walk into your bedroom with that stuff.
That's right. 'Cause not only is the light from electronics harmful for your quality of sleep, but one study from the University of Gothenburg, Sweden, found that using technology before bed can increase your amount of stress.
Ah, yeah. Well, that's why so many of the kids these days are so stressed out, because that's all they do. If you know, in any restaurant, you look around and you see the family sitting there, all 4 or 5 of them are on the phone. The mothers and the fathers too.
That's
and
crazy.
You're like, huh? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
They're quiet, but they're on the phone.
I think there's got to be a course that you guys need to take on how to put down the damn phone at certain times. You know, just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You know, I forgot my phone the other day. You know, I use my phone for business, though.
Yes,
My schedule
always.
is on my phone, and so I forgot it the other day. I walked out of the house without it. And fortunately, one of the girls lives nearby, and I gave her the alarm code, and she was able to go in and get it for me. But I was really lost because I didn't know my schedule, and I mean, I had an idea.
But you can wing it.
I could wing it. Yeah, I could have winged. Yeah, but if people are trying to reach me, then I guess if they don't get a hold of me, they'll call me at the salon. But so I was a little uncomfortable, I have to say.
Yeah,
without
you
it.
feel like lost without your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little uncomfortable.
I barely have anybody that calls or texts me because I don't like to give my number out. But even without it, if I forget it or leave it in the car or on the kitchen counter.
Yes, but if I can't reach you, it's going to be a problem. So you need to have your phone with you.
Yeah, you, and I'm saying this for everybody out there, you hunt me down.
No,
I feel like...
I don't hunt you down.
I feel like prey.
No, I do not hunt you down. But if I need to reach you, I need to find you. It's very rare that it's a need, but when it is, that's it. You better have your phone with you and you better answer it. Do you know what he did one day?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Nobody could reach him. Nobody could reach him. I thought something happened to him.
Maybe
And-
I wanted it that way.
Yeah, but you know what? Absolutely not. Not when you're expected. If you're not expected somewhere, that's one thing. But if you were expected to be somewhere and we couldn't find you, that's nerve-wracking and uncomfortable, and we thought something happened to you. Okay? And if you don't want anything to happen to you again, don't do that again.
All righty.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. Creating healthy bedtime habits may take a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it when the sleep starts and comes much more easily to you.
Agreed.
So, we're always talking about health and the health benefits and stuff like that.
And wellness and sex.
Yeah, mostly sex. But do you know that there are health benefits of having an orgasm?
Of course I know that.
Yes, well, you would. You know, when doing research for this show, you know, I discovered women are capable of having at least 11 different types of orgasms.
Absolutely.
You know, in fact, they improve everything from appetite to hormone levels.
Absolutely.
The orgasm does.
Absolutely. And you know what? It also raises your metabolic rate.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
You burn a couple of calories.
Yes. But besides that, if you're consistent and have a healthy sex life, that raises your metabolic rate every day.
Oh, you
Yes.
see it. I just
It's
learned
a
something
healthy,
else.
It's a healthy thing for you.
That's right. And they curb your appetite.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, with all that oxytocin.
That's right.
You know?
They stimulate the release of oxytocin, the love hormone.
Yes.
And you know, we've also have said this, you know, many times, and that hormone surge raises the levels of a substance called CCK, which helps control your appetite.
Yes. But another thing that it also does, it really helps with your mindset. It keeps you in a positive mindset, and it counteracts stress and depression, and it's amazing. It also fights the effects of cortisol, which is that belly fat
The belly
problem.
thing, yes.
Yeah, that
yes.
awful, you know, you look down and you can't see your toes kind of thing from cortisol. So, yeah.
And it also makes you crave more carbs.
What does? Cortisol?
Yeah. It it
Cortisol
gives
is
you,
bad.
It's bad.
It's bad for you.
Cortisol bad.
Yeah, orgasm good.
And there is another ingredient in our natural appetite control trio. It's dopamine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and dopamine is what we get from sex.
Yes. Yes. You know that dopey feeling that you feel? That's from dopamine.
Yeah, I'm always dopey.
You are a little dopey sometimes.
The dopamine increases steadily, slow by slow. It builds up just like an orgasm to the point of orgasm, and then it declines.
Yeah.
And the dopamine pathways to the brain that stimulate our desire for both sex and food are shut down by the hormone release.
That is correct. Yeah, very good. Look at you with all this lovely information.
Hey, I'm just
Such
a
a
plethora. I'm a plethora.
Yeah. That's great.
Well, I'll tell you, that trio, that's what I call a diet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that is a cool menage a trois.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm on it today.
You are.
Yeah, I'm on it today.
So it also boosts your testosterone.
Yes.
And you know what testosterone is?
Oh my gosh. You need, I say it again, you need testosterone to have a libido. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sexual function is like lean muscle. If we don't use it,
you'll lose it.
That's right.
Exactly.
And we've
had this conversation actually plenty of times. Remember we were talking about what was that? If you don't oh God, ladies,
it
atrophy.
Is atrophy, clitoral atrophy.
Yes. If you don't use it, you lose it.
That's
exactly.
Right. And
it freezes right up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Gives me the shivers.
My ex had that. She atrophied.
Let's not do this.
Okay.
Let's not do this. Let's moving on.
Well, women who enjoy more orgasms have more estrogen and more testosterone.
Yes.
These hormones fill that.
They add fire to your sexual desire.
Oh yeah, it gives us more sex appeal.
Yes, it improves your mood and your memory, and you just glow. You just glow and glow.
That's because it prevents abdominal fat.
That's not why you glow, but it's good that it prevents abdominal fat.
All the girls I know glow when they lose a couple of pounds.
Oh my God, that's true. That is true.
Well, scientists at the Simon Fraser University measured the level of testosterone in women before and after sex. They also tested it after cuddling and after exercise. And what do you think gave the biggest testosterone boost?
Sex?
No.
Cuddling?
Cuddling.
Aww.
Isn't that sweet?
Cuddling is sweet.
Yeah. Cuddling gave the biggest testosterone boost of all of them.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
And, we may have said this in other segments also, but, orgasms help us sleep better.
Yes.
We just did a thing on sleep.
Yes. Yeah. Orgasms would. But, another thing, of course they'll help us sleep better, but they also revive us as well.
Yes.
So don't worry about if you have an orgasm at night, cuddle up and go to sleep. But if you have one in the morning, you'll wake up, you'll be revived, and, start your day glowing.
Is that right?
That's right.
And you know this how?
I am smart.
Yes. Well, the orgasms, create an overall feeling of relaxation at night. And it's because of vasopressin. That's another chemical associated with sleep. And it's also released during an orgasm.
Yes. Yes. Vasopressin.
So, if you're a little bit frustrated out there that your partner goes into a snooze mode immediately after sex, you may want to rethink what that really means.
Well, I guess for some people, it's so explosive that they just need to relax and cuddle and sleep for a little while. I don't think it's such a bad thing.
It is not. In fact, according to a recent study at the University of Michigan and Albright College in Pennsylvania, the tendency to fall asleep first after sex is also associated with greater partner desire for bonding and affection.
Oh.
See? You don't have to be
Yeah.
slapping me under the table over here. It was all good. All right, where was I?
You were bothering me again.
Oh yes, we were talking about orgasms.
Yeah, and cuddling and snoozing and
Yes,
sleeping
yes,
and desire
yes.
and saying I was hitting you.
Well, you were.
I was not. I will, though, if you want me to.
Well, what also happens is you will enjoy an enhanced sense of smell.
Yes, yes. But the thing is, after your body does that, after you have an orgasm, it's such an extreme thing. It's on it's for your whole body. Your senses, everything is
From your
bigger.
nose to your toes.
Exactly. Everything is bigger. Everything feels bigger. Everything is better.
Well, I am Italian.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that.
Well, getting back to something serious, Elise.
Okay.
An orgasm releases it's a hormone called prolactin, and what that does is it spikes the brain's olfactory bulb. That's a new word, olfactory bulb.
Okay, and that's the smell center?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And in women, prolactin is known to surge after sex, and also during pregnancy and breastfeeding.
Wow. Interesting. Surge, huh?
They surge.
That's a good word, surge. Did you also know that orgasms can improve your social life? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And guess what else?
What?
They also reduce inflammation. Yeah.
You mean reduce swelling?
I guess it does. Oh, good one. Yeah. See, here's the thing. A healthy sex life can beat stress. And when you are stress-free, you feel better. So you have that glow about you. And people want to be around that. So that right there, social life.
That's right.
But another thing, when you have an orgasm, oxytocin, which is released, as we know, it lowers your blood pressure and improves your digestion. So, that's a really cool thing. And that would be that's great. When you have digestive issues, you feel bloated and gross. And so I suggest having more orgasms, and so you won't be so bloated.
Now, but the orgasms before you feel bloated, because you may not want to do what's necessary to lead up to the orgasm if you're bloated.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that somehow, some way, work it out, okay? Because you might just, be eating Chinese food and feel bloated, and then you're going to go home with your lady or your guy. So, have a nice, lovely evening. And it's okay if you're a little bloated. You'll be less bloated after you have your orgasm.
Okay, that's true. That's true. And, they've also found oxytocin receptors in the belly.
Uh-huh.
And
wow.
yes. So what it does is it can even calm gastrointestinal inflammation.
Well, that's what I was saying. Digestive issues.
That's right. That
See that?
yeah, that means that
You're repeating me.
No, it means you won't fart as much.
Oh. Wow. I guess that would be good for you then.
Well, I don't know. Did your clients ever complain? They have sex with their partners there, and then they roll over, they start snoring and fart.
No, I have to tell you.
I hear that all the time.
They have not. Well, you speak to a lot of guys.
Right, and
ladies,
that's their ladies doing that.
But ladies don't say that. Ladies don't talk
that's
about
right.
that.
Ladies don't fart; they poodle.
Poodle, yes, yes. But ladies don't actually talk about that part of the sex. They talk about the other stuff.
Oh, I don't know. They don't talk to me about it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah. It's very funny.
Well, a study from Concordia also shows that oxytocin makes you feel more social. You've said that. Enhances your trust and improves your bond with others.
Yes. Yes. All of the above.
It also makes you smarter.
Yeah. Yeah. Having an orgasm does make you smarter. Tell me why.
Well,
Aside from everything else we've just said.
okay. For years now, science has, advised us to keep our brains sharp by exercising them with new challenges. Learn to play an instrument, which I've done. Learn a second language, which I've done. Take up chess. I didn't take up chess, but I love to play chess. It's almost the same, not quite, But, there's a little easier approach to this for keeping your mind sharp.
Okay.
It's doing crosswords or Sudoku.
Oh my God, I love Sudoku. I love that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I love crossword puzzles too.
Mm-hmm. And even a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh yeah, I love
work.
them. No, they're fantastic. Yeah, it's good. Brain games are fantastic for you.
I have a thing on my phone about brain games, and I really play these brain games. But a neurologist professor, Dr. Barry Komorowski from Rutgers University, he has spent years studying female sexuality, and he recommends mastering the universal language of love if you want to give to your brain the ultimate workout.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, as it turns out, sex isn't just for fun or making babies. If you're doing it right, it just may send you to the top of your class.
Well, that's because the female orgasm sends such a surge, there's my word again.
You love that
of
word.
Flowing blood to the brain. Okay? And that dramatically increases mental activity throughout the entire brain.
That's right. That's my second favorite organ.
I know. But we know what your first is. It's your big, bulging heart.
Yes, it is. The New York Times crossword puzzle only lights up part of the brain, and its benefits are localized.
Yeah, that's true. So, if you want a brain teaser, I would say, between sex and Sudoku, I'd go with the sex.
Yeah, so would I. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.